Hello, my name is Tom Hunt and welcome to the Stitch Sneeze Shopify Challenge, or the most recent update. As you can see, in July, we have an okay month so far. We have made a total of £600. We've had 6 days. We've forecast for 3K by the end of the month. That's 3K pounds, so about 5K dollars. Not as good as previous month of the year, but still pretty solid. Now, what I'm going to be talking about in today's update is a recent achievement, I guess, which we have achieved with the leggings company, and just this week, is how we reached 27,000 people on Facebook for free. Now, I actually am lying in this title because we didn't reach 27,000 people on Facebook for free. We actually got paid to reach 27,000 people on Facebook. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. We launched a new pair of leggings this week. They're called Golden Balls, as you can see on the screen, and we have reached a total of 26,000 people. It's a mixture of organic and paid reach, and we'll go into more detail on that in a second. So we've had a total of 645 reactions, comments, and shares, a total of almost 2,000 clicks on the post. And in terms of actual conversion numbers, you can see here we spent a total of almost £70, or we will when the boost finishes shortly. But we've made a total of 175. We've got 5 new customers. Now, so the point I'm making is that we were able to put this ad out and get paid for it because we're getting a positive ROI, right? So the bigger picture here for any business is that if you can spend money on advertising, get that money back, and get massive exposure to new people at the same time, then you just want to keep rolling with that and keep doing that and keep doing that. So there are 2 things that I want to cover in this video. The first of which is the importance of advertising, or like getting your money back fast from your ads. But the second is how you actually build a post like this, a PPE post, that gets this kind of exposure. As I mentioned, about 65% of this reach was paid, but the other 35% was completely organic. These are new people that are connected to people in the audiences that we're targeting that potentially never heard about the brand before. So that's what we're going to be covering. The 2 main points is A, why it's important to get the ROI on your ads so you can sort of pump more money into this to get more reach, but B, of how you actually achieve this. So let's get started. Now, I've been thinking a lot about Facebook ads in the last few months, and I've come to the conclusion that there are only really 3 main variables that you can affect. The first of which is the campaign type. So is it a website conversion ad? Is it a video post engagement ad? Is it an app install ad? Or is it a page post engagement ad? Who is seeing the ad? So campaign type, what you're telling Facebook you want to do. Audience is who you're putting your content or your ad in front of. And then finally, of course, is what actually is that content. So to summarize this, the content is who you're showing the content to, and campaign type is how you're telling Facebook you want to optimize this campaign. So let's talk about what we did, or how we actioned these variables for this post that we've just done this week. Campaign type, simply a PPE ad. So here we're saying to Facebook that we want to show a piece of content to people, and we purely want that content to get engagement on Facebook. We're not saying to them that we're concerned about getting conversions on our site. We are simply saying that we want these people to see, we want the maximum amount of people engaging with this post. And what's so sort of interesting or clever about this ad type is that it can give you, or you get the greater chance that you'll get that organic reach that you can see here. So if we chose a different ad type, for example, we wouldn't have necessarily had that extra 10K in reach, because Facebook didn't optimize for people to comment, like, and tag their friends on the post. So that's how your campaign type selection can change the results you get. That's the variation in results you get from choosing your campaign type. Now, of course, for long-standing campaigns where you're looking to get ROI over a longer period of time, a PPE ad is not necessarily the best. However, it's something that should be experimented with. Next is audience. You'll note that all of the audience for this advert, and probably one of the reasons why we got such a great engagement with everybody that saw the ad, was the fact that everybody was warm. But there are sort of different degrees of warmness. Here are the people that we're targeting. You can see people that have purchased, people that were on our email list, but then also people that are much less warm. So people that watch 50% of all recent videos, people that watched 95% of another video, and people that had interacted with our page for the last 365 days. Now, these audiences, like the people on Facebook will always target these people, right? These are great warm audiences. But I think these warm audiences, so people that have maybe only seen half of a video of you before, they don't have that much of an idea of who you are. These are great audiences to target with PPE ads. Because what happens? They see you again, they potentially click through, and then they get put into these audiences. I love the analogy that Ryan Deiss gives for his definition of a marketer is somebody who seamlessly and smoothly creates a slippery slide for your customers to flow down. You can see here that these people are right at the top of the slide. They've maybe only seen a little bit of a video before, but we can give them more content. We can put more content in front of them to help them slide down. Maybe they jumped onto our email list when they clicked through to the product, and maybe they were some of the people that ended up buying from us. So campaign type PPE, audiences, warm. Now, if you don't have these warm audiences here, it is super cheap to get these warm audiences. Putting a video ad, like a piece of content that you know your audience would engage with, and sending that out on Facebook you get super cheap views, like 0.001 pence views. And maybe you're not going to get the ROI on those ads, but you're going to be building up these audiences. You're going to be building up this data to send further ads to. So we recently, in one of the recent videos, spent not a lot of money, but a few £100 on getting people to watch some of the old videos that we created. So now we have solid audiences here. And as we've been spending on Facebook really since February, we have a pretty active page interactions audience. So the key here is to send content to people that have an awareness of who you are already. And then finally, the creative. So what do you actually put on the ad? Now, there's a few points here that work for us in this ad. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Be controversial. Get those people tagging, or get people not disagreeing. Like, you don't want massive amounts of negative feedback, but just be slightly edgy. Obviously, tag your products, and then links in post ? You can see the full post here. So you can see the copy is kind of aligned with our avatar. It's a little bit controversial. I mean, even the name of the product is slightly controversial. Even the product itself is quite controversial, which probably helps. I tagged the product in the post, but what I didn't do is put a link to the product page in that post. Now, if it was simply an organic post, I would have probably, well, this is what I actually did. I put the text here, added images, tagged them, and then I put the link in the first comment. Because as you may or may not know, Facebook doesn't necessarily like people going off Facebook, especially if you're not paying them. So initially, this wasn't actually going to be a paid advertisement. It was just going to be an organic post on our Facebook page. So that's why I did it. However, I think we would have got greater click-throughs and potentially even greater sales if I included a link to the product page in the post itself. That's what I'll test next time. But I would actually recommend doing that, and we didn't do that this time. But again, don't be afraid to be yourself. Be controversial. Tag your product, and then put a link directly to the product page also in that post. So to summarize, we know from previous videos on our Facebook ad strategy that dynamic product ads, they're super easy to set up. Look at one of the early Facebook ad strategy videos to find out our DPA strategy. We know they convert. So really what we're trying to do here is get people into the DPA. So getting view contents and getting ads to cart. So we're basically trying to get more and cheaper view contents. And you can see here on this ad, spent £68, we got 149 view contents at 46 pence each. Now, our current cold ads are actually getting cheaper view contents than this. We're getting like 35 pence view contents in July so far with the cold ads, but not at this scale, right? So all of these people, these 149 here and these 11 here that have added to cart, not those 5 people, are now going to be getting the dynamic product ads, and we should see some steady sales coming in over the next few months. We've basically increased the audience for our DPAs through this post, as well as getting the almost 30K reach, and as well as making £173. So again, going back to the first point is, if you can spend on advertisements and make the money back almost straight away, and get massive reach with a PPE ad, then why would you not be running one of these ads each and every week? So that's what we're going to be experimenting with, is pumping money into ads, getting that money back, and allowing us to get massive reach and get 10K new people, cold people, engaged with our brand because of the power of the PPE ads. So I'm going to be running some of these alongside our website conversion, cold traffic, and DPAs, and I'll report back on their profitability. With that, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being part of the Triple S Challenge. Any questions in the comments below? I'm more than happy to come and check out your store and see if this would be relevant for you. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.